Alrighty, guys, it is 3:30 and change this Wednesday, March 19th, and I guess Powell made a good good run out of it. So we are well up above the resistance area. The 40s, we're back reverse retesting it right now. So I guess Powell did us a favor, right? I thought he was going to do the opposite, but you never know with that guy. So anyway, so the market reacted, initial reaction here at the number came out as that volatile but not directional. And as Powell started talking here, you can see how the market started liking it, started heading higher. Now they pulled back down again. And they're pretty much reverse retesting these support and night support again. So as you know, looking at capital flow, so now in this area, which we were looking at, this support resistance area, they have taken that out. They are down reverse retesting it now. So kind of a moment of truth if they're going to be able to hold this. And if they hold this area now, the 30 level, we may be in a good spot to extend to the upside tomorrow. So we'll see. You never know the day after a Fed meeting. Sometimes you get this reaction, and then tomorrow morning the market is just absolutely not liking it at all. So we'll have to wait for people to digest the information. But the initial reaction, positive, as if they hold the 35 level here, 35 and 45. I'm going to start off range bound with a bias to the upside. And if they close below it, actually close below 25, I'm going to start off range bound again. So we'll see if that single print here at the 25, 23s holds. I think we may be in a good spot to take this higher. But then again, a big caveat, because you never know how the reaction is going to be tomorrow again, if the market is going to like it or not. Sometimes you get nice continuation. Sometimes this reaction has turned into, you know what, and the market just heads lower. So, but this is a key resistance area. Right now, we have taken it out again, and we are above it, and we are reverse retesting it on the downside. So that's a good sign. Uh, so starting off range bound with a bias to the upside, just watch it. If they close below that 25, just give it some room. So below 25, start range bound. Otherwise, look to buy weakness down to the 25 for rotations back up. So that's the way we get started. Don't be aggressive on the short side at this point when the market is it kind of buys to the upside like this. But you can see bars are pretty big and pretty volatile. So I have not been able to put on a single trade today. I've been been busy on other stuff. So this move, I was so tempted to just buying this move to the upside, but it's one of these things, you don't buy it just because you see it moving like that. You never know. You'll when it catches your eye, it's at resistance already. So sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you just buy right into the end of it and it's just miserable. So you have to be you have to watch the charts when you're doing it. But you can see it a nice move to the upside. So watch that level, the 25s. As long as it close above that one, we'll start off with a slight bias to the upside. Now looking at the NASDAQ and the bonds, nice reaction on the bond market to the upside. They repriced to the upside, not a whole lot, because they're like a 3/4 of a point and then they stalled. So a muted reaction on the bonds, and that's okay. We'll take that. At least it's not going crazy in one direction or the other. So no reaction on the number. The press conference was a non-event, I think, so that was good. NASDAQ, nice move to the upside there too. Right up here to that 100% extension and then some. Pulling back pretty hard now, reverse retesting the 20,000s. They were down a little bit lower, but now they're heading right up above it. So on the NASDAQ, we are in the spot, capital flow wise. We are down and we are taking out the 20,000s right now and a reverse retesting it, same as the ES. So if they can hold, and at this point, I'm going to lean on the 950s. So I'll give it a little bit of room on the downside. So if the 950 holds, we're going to start off on the long side, bias range bound with a bias to the upside. And if they close below it, back range bound, we go again. So now let's see if we get the continuation on the NASDAQ, same as on the ES. Who's going to lead who if they are going to actually make a go out of it? So, but it's anyone's guess. Just so you know, it by any means not an obvious thing, and it's easy enough to get this all wrong. So just so you know, it's just because it's up today, I'll get a lot more comfortable if we get an extension to the upside tomorrow from this. I think we may have turned a corner, but at this point, it's anyone's guess. We are not quite there. And then finally, oil and gold. Gold, it is popping a little bit to the upside on the number. So, and it further moves to the upside on gold. So stay on the long side on that guy. No moves to the downside. The 35 held like a charm, and they were right down here. No, this is the 37. So yeah, they were almost down here in E period before this whole thing kicked in. And then you see here they started moving this higher. Okay, well, K period was down here at the 37. So not quite in this, but almost down in the support area. But they were down here and then reaction and then didn't look back from there. So pretty good moves to the upside on gold. I would just stay on the long side and see how far they're going to take it. Looks like they are on a tear right now. Not quite, can't quite explain why it would be like. I don't see the crazy the risk people are thinking about. The tariff thing is people have spooked about that. I happen to believe that the tariff thing is going to be a non-event as that they put on these reciprocal tariffs. You'll probably see the tariffs come down because it's going to be no point of having them, right? So if everything is reciprocal, you can just take him off. It's not going to make a difference, right? So that's what I think. We'll see if that materializes. But anyway, gold is trading higher, so someone is spooked. And then oil is range bound, pretty much holding around the 67. So not much directional move on oil on this number, and oil is not quite the kind of market which is going to react to this either. So that's range bound trading on oil to get started. And the overnight look to sell strength up to the 67.50 and 68s. Looks to buy weakness, 66.40s and 66.10s. Rotations back up again. And on gold, let's buy the pullback at 50s and the 45s. Below 45s, let's go back range bound. Expect them to hold around 30-40 at that point. So back to the ES, and all right, we're seeing a little bit of strength here. We'll pull back, a little bit of strength. Let's see how this goes. So we've got another 20 minutes to go on the market. Let's see if we can get some crazy stuff happening. So but we'll leave it there, and I'll see you back at bright and early tomorrow morning. Ready, guys? You have a good evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hope you did good on the trading the number. If you did, I did not put on a single trade today, so there you go. All right, guys. I'll see you back in the morning. Later.